shit.
Holy shit, some exercise, man.
Oh my god, Bridget.
You the one just playing the Power Rangers
Oh,
theme
say
song?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna wait until
You
court
finally
was in
failed to come
session
back
to
to the
ask everyone to be
courthouse and tell
quiet,
us
but
it's
this is a
morphin' time.
little. I'm having trouble getting my
It's
paperwork
in
in
that
order.
car out there. He's just parking out here doing dumb shit.
Mr. DA, are you ready?
Yes. Shane's coming back in as well.
Said you were gonna be taking over for the beginning.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's go then.
All right.
I am not
Mr.
prepared
Sales,
for
are
an
you ready?
opening statement at all.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. Mr. DA, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Then, Mr. DA, would you be so kind as to read off the charges?
Absolutely. Let me bring them up on my tablet here. Of course, I fucking close them down. All right, Your Honor. Case 00001-2016. The district attorney is filing charges of CA 16.02F, obstruction of justice, PCE 16.01F, resisting arrest, PCE 16.03F, fleeing and eluding, times 2, so there's 2 charges there of the same. PCE 16.05F, failure to identify. RTA 16.03F, taking a vehicle without owner's consent. CJA 1619M, destruction of property. PCE 16.06M, disobeying an order from an LEO. RTA 16.07M, driving under the influence of drugs. PCE 16.03M, fleeing and eluding misdemeanor.
Okay, and that would be all the charges?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Sales, how does your client plead to count 1 obstruction of justice?
Not guilty.
Guilty, okay.
Brandon, I think that might be you, sir.
I got you, not guilty.
I'm not sure.
I'm writing all this down, so give me a moment. All right, Mr. 2, resisting arrest. How does your client plead?
Rob.
Not
Yep.
guilty.
I think you need to calm
Guilty.
yourself down.
Holy shit,
Not
Rob.
What'd you mean?
guilty.
I got
someone's
you,
got
not
a
guilty.
grant lunch or something like this.
Count 3.
Not guilty.
Right, count 4, also fleeing and eluding.
Not guilty.
Okay. Count 5, failure to identify.
Not guilty.
Count 6, taking a vehicle without owner's consent.
Yeah, James, Andrew, pretty excited about this. This is our first
counts
trial together
7
as
destruction
DA
of
ADA,
property.
so pretty
Not
excited.
guilty.
Okay. Count 8, disobeying an order from an LEO.
Not guilty.
Count 9, driving under the influence.
Not guilty.
Right, and finally, count 10, fleeing and eluding.
Not guilty.
Okay, thank you. Mr. DA, would you like to, or Mr. Shane, you're back. Would you like to begin with an opening statement for the prosecution?
Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Honor, this is a simple case of an individual who doesn't respect the law. What you will hear today is a story of an individual who stole police property, stole taxpayers' property,
He's fine, he's fine.
Yeah, I don't care.
disregarded
I don't care if we
the
win or lose
safety
either.
of
Just ready to get
himself,
it over with.
the officers around him, and the general public, and continued to show his disrespect for the law during processing and up until the point where we're here today. I hear a story of car chases, of destroying cars, of demanding that he get bail money back in exchange for identifying himself. This is someone who thinks that he's above the law and who thinks that he doesn't have to play by the rules that we as a society have agreed upon. Now, the defense will have you think that we have it wrong. They will have you think that either he wasn't there or it wasn't him, but that's not true. Because we are going to call Deputy Burnside, who not only has arrested him in the past, but has had interactions with him, such as buying a car from him and just seeing him around the island. That alone is enough to show that the person who put him here, the person who he disrespected, is someone that knew him on a first name basis and someone that could identify him just by the sound of his voice.
Sorry, that
Now,
was me
if there's
rubbing
somebody
lotion
else
on my
this
hands.
island who sounds like him,
I sometimes
and
get
who
nervous about this,
is the actual perpetrator here, then the defense
so
is free
I don't know.
to
I've
give that name
somewhat
up
prepared, so
and present that name, and I'm sure that the DA's office and the detectives with the sheriff's department would have no problem investigating that. It is our goal here to bring the correct
James.
individual to justice, and that individual is Mark White. That's all.
All right, thank you. Mr. Steele, would you like to
yeah,
go
I
ahead
get
with
off.
an open
I get
statement?
off to shit like this.
Your Honor,
Let me listen to this clown.
Your Honor, we are here not for some other individual. We are here for Mr. Mark White. The prosecution didn't even
He just said that Mark White was the guy.
prove that you're not denying that there was a crime made, but that crime was not being committed by my client here, Mark White.
So their defense is Mark White can't be identified.
You will see in the videotapes, but body cams that Officer Burnside provided, both of the officers were behind the suspect that was there. They never established the true identity of the suspect. The finger scan was never done. Plus, can we all see? This is Mark White right here. This is my client. And look at his tattoos on his hands. They're all over the hands. And in the video, when that person was stripped down, patted down, that person did not have tattoos. And I don't see any scars here, like these tattoos are not fresh. These are old tattoos. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you a text.
that's it.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Vi, which do you plan on presenting first? Do you plan on having your witness step up or using your video?
Your Honor, we call Bernstein to this. Wow, Burnside to the stand.
All right,
Burnside.
Bailiff, would you
Let's
please
screw that up
swear him
again.
Yes, you said bird sign.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
step up, Mr. Burnside.
Good thing I'm not questioning you, right?
Yeah, over there.
We're getting this down, so you're fine.
To my left, if you be so kind.
Okay. Up here?
And Your Honor,
That would be fine.
Your Honor, it'll be important to note that if my understanding is correct, Mr. Kinney is going to be using the video in conjunction with Mr. Bernstein's testimony.
That would be fine.
Burnside.
Okay.
Oh God, who let him in here?
So,
Hello, sir.
I would at this time like to admit that body cam into evidence.
Okay, that's fine. Before we do that, I want to go ahead and get the swearing in of the witness done before we continue. Mr. Bailiff, would you be so kind as to swear in
What?
Burnside here?
No, just court,
Tell the
baby.
truth, nothing but truth. So help me God.
Just court. I gotta talk now, okay?
I do.
Thank you. Mr. Kinney?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Burnside, how are you today?
I'm doing okay.
Can you please state your full name and your rank and position with the Sheriff's Department?
Carl Michael Burnside. I am a FTO
and deputy at the Erie County Sheriff's Department.
Okay. What is it? What does FTO stand for?
Field training officer.
Okay, so you're up there in rank a little bit. You know how to train people and all that stuff, correct?
At the time of the event, I was not an FTO. I was just a deputy.
Okay. How long have you been with the sheriff's department?
It's been about a month now.
So quite a while.
Since I've graduated.
You've been through quite a bit of training then?
Yes.
Okay. Can you just talk to me about what happened the night of the arrest of Mr. White over here? Just start from the beginning. And I'll ask you questions throughout, so forgive me if I interrupt. I'm not trying to be rude.
Okay. So I was headed back towards Union from Dartmouth. I was on the highway between Dartmouth and Huntington Heights.
You were on patrol at this point?
Yes.
And you were in a marked vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. Continue.
I believe it was a Crown Vic at the time.
Okay.
And I heard an alarm. I heard an alarm from that intersection. So I went code 2 or code 3, I don't remember at the time. And I went towards Union. And I took a right at the Waffle House, took a left, and I saw what was a marked Crown Vic.
What kind of alarm did you hear that prompted you to go?
It was a car alarm.
And how did you know it was a car alarm?
I mean, that's what car alarms sound like.
You've heard them before, though, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And I knew I was the only one on duty at the time. Wolf was actually over at the DFW. So it was not him. He was
Wolf,
riding
is that another deputy?
Yes, that is another deputy. He's not here at the moment.
Okay.
Officer Andrew Wolf is his full name.
Okay.
And I knew it wasn't him, and I knew there was no other officers on duty, so I knew it had to be a civilian, and so I went in pursuit with him. We headed north
with him, you're saying the stolen police car? Is that what it was?
Yes.
Can you describe the police car to me that you saw?
It was it had a light bar, I believe, and a push bar. It was marked with our symbol on the side.
What kind of car was it?
I believe it was a Crown Vic.
Okay. Okay, continue. So you're 100% certain it was a police car. Your buddy was up at the DFW headquarters, not anywhere near you, and there's a police car driving around.
It was 10-6 with some paperwork. 10-6 is busy. Sorry about that.
Okay.
And I had left him there. At the time, he was still a special deputy, so he didn't have permission to patrol alone. And
Okay, so I'm going to stop you for just a second, Mr. Burnside, and we're going to refer to the video. Your Honor, we're just going to start the video from the beginning, just to kind of corroborate the testimony going on here.
Let me know if you do. You need me to start it?
I might. Hold on. Yeah, I do.
I'm just gonna switch you to the owner for now.
Okay.
You should be able to start it now.
Mr. Burnside, feel free to walk us through what you got going on here.
I'm not seeing the video if you're talking to me about that.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure you got that. Check your tablet here. I'll send you a link. Carl Burns.
Mr. Steels, if your client wants to be following along, feel free to give him a link on his tablet as well.
Oh yeah.
Just let me know when you're ready, Mr. White.
Well, if there is just a bit too much movement going on in this courtroom for my pleasure, this is a little too wild. Just stay still, everyone.
Well, I mean, stay still unless you have to move to eat or drink. Friendly reminder.
Mr. White, do you have the video?
Yes.
Mr. White? I mean, Mr. Burnside, I'm sorry.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so we're at 38 seconds into the video, so we're going to go ahead and play it from here. Just talk us through what's going on, and then I'll stop you when we're ready to move on, okay?
Okay. Okay, now I'm pulling into Union, and this is where I take the right, and then I'll look left, and I see the cruiser down the road there, and he runs that stop sign there, and proceeds to get on the highway, heads north.
So at this point, you've already determined. I know that the audio was kind of chopped on this. It comes back in here shortly, Your Honor. At this point, you've already established that this vehicle is stolen because your partner is up at the DFW headquarters north of Dartmouth, and there's a cruiser flying around town.
That is correct.
Okay.
At some point in this general time frame, I say over the radio something like, "Is this anyone in this cruiser?" or something like that, and I get no response.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and keep playing here.
Your Honor, can I interrupt here for a
Yes, go ahead.
Could I have a sidebar with yourself and Mr. Steels?
For what purpose?
To possibly speed this trial up.
Okay.
Like, could you come over here for a second?
Mr. Steels, could you please approach?
I hate when he does that.
Wasn't Mark?
Yeah, it probably.
Yeah. Right. So
it was not Mark White.
Right,
I mean,
so-
you're not denying that crime is being committed.
Right, so-
Obviously, there's
so
some
then-
crime going on, but it was not Mark White.
So then here's my question. Are you willing to agree that all of the charges are valid to the point where if we can establish that it was him without a doubt, that he's guilty of all charges, or do you want us to actually establish that each crime happened? Because if all you're protesting is this ID, we can skip straight to this ID part, settle it, and just agree that all the charges are valid. Whoever did this did all those things. All the charges are correct, and they're guilty of everything. And all we need to prove is that it was him. We can skip straight to that if you would like, and save us all some time. And if you want to talk to Mark about it, you can. That way we can just talk about this ID problem, and then everything else everything else is agreed on. So that way, you know, if we establish it was him, then he's guilty of everything. If you establish that we didn't prove that, then everything gets dropped. That way we don't need to worry about going through every single crime here.
Okay,
and every single fact.
can I talk to my client?
Yeah.
for
Take a minute to
second?
confer with your client.
Yeah, Carson's in here. He's the little guy in the back. Zucchini, welcome. This is trial, so it can get
I assume you're cool
interesting.
with this,
and-
man?
yeah, I'm okay with it.
Because I mean, I know that Carl has to go in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Rob, I'm staring into your eyes.
Oh my God, we're trying to have a court case in here, and this guy's
No,
talking
we
on
want
Skype.
everything step by step, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
Okay. Thank you. Let's continue.
Sorry.
Apologize. Mr. Kenny, you ready to continue?
No, you might need to
1
get
second here.
someone outside.
Yep, I am ready.
I don't know.
I think we're good to continue.
Yeah, Mr. Burnside, are you okay?
Yes.
Yeah, that was going outside.
Okay, so we're just going to continue rolling through this video here. We've already established that this is Carl Burnside's dash cam video.
219. Who's in this patrol car?
And that the patrol car in front of him is stolen.
You'll notice here that I don't get a response because I'm the only officer on duty at the time. We turn towards the sand mine, and he makes a couple of U-turns. And at one point, I end up T-boning him, and we get flung into some trees or something.
Okay.
And,
let's not get in front of the video here just yet.
Okay. I believe it's after this U-turn is when I managed to hit him. Once he's headed back into the grass.
User joined your channel.
Yeah. And then we hit a couple of the trees. He gets out and...
Okay, so I'm going to stop the video here for just a second here. Okay, so at this point, we just had a collision. I'm assuming the collision was an attempt to stop the vehicle according to your SOP, yes. Correct?
That is correct.
Okay, were you injured during this collision?
I'm going to say yes, but personally it was so long that I don't remember.
Not to the point of extreme medical treatment, though, yeah?
No.
Okay. And your vehicle was damaged during this collision?
That is correct.
And the other vehicle was damaged during this collision?
The other vehicle exploded, yes.
Okay. Your Honor, let it be known that we've just established the destruction of property charge. We'll continue on. So at this point, you guys are both out of your vehicles, and the suspect is fleeing on foot. Can you describe what he was wearing at this point?
He had a black wetsuit on and a green flame backpack.
So we're looking for a black wetsuit and a green flame backpack. Okay, Your Honor, make it known as well that the disobeying an order from an LEO. Part 1 of this is the lights and sirens behind the vehicle and him failing to stop for said vehicle, and we'll be adding more onto that as well. This also encompasses one of the first charges of fleeing and eluding. The fleeing on foot is the second charge, felony.
All right, thank you.
Okay, let's go back to the video here. We're going to let this play out just a minute. We'll get some of the important stuff in here, and then we're going to kind of skip forward just a little bit.
Okay. From this point, I begin the fatal chase.
Don't do that.
He runs like into some bushes, and I felt like he was going to pull a gun on me or something, but he didn't. He just kept running. That's why I stopped for a moment and aimed down my sights.
Okay. And at this point, he's used deadly force on you with the car, so that's why you had your weapon out. We can establish that. That's okay. I'm gonna skip forward. Just kind of skip through this chase.
Dad, let's go hot dogs.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the baby.
Where's your vehicle?
I just went down the road. So I can
oh shit.
So here you run into okay. So you know this guy?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and you were able to identify him. He's the only other one in the area right now that you know of, and he didn't fit the description of your suspect, correct? Sounds like mommy's home. Okay.
Yep, she is.
No offense, but you mind if I search you?
You guys are probably gonna have to deal with some background noise here. I apologize for that.
Do you not watch your daughter?
I'm watching it.
I'm gonna have to restrain you real quick.
Making hot dogs?
Oh shit, oh my god, my head hurts.
Taylor, what are you making so many hot dogs for?
Oh fuck.
No, why are you making so many hot dogs? Sky, no.
Shit.
Okay, so at this point we've identified him, and you are okay with letting this guy go because he's not the not the suspect, right?
Oh, he didn't wear a backpack. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry. At this point, you've identified this guy. He doesn't fit the suspect here, right?
That's correct.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and skip forward a little bit more here until we get back to Union. Your Honor, we're going to establish that Mr. Burnside, if this is okay, got back to Union City and spotted another vehicle with a person that matches that identity in Union City.
Okay.
And whenever I fixed up my vehicle to head back to Union City, that's when I called for backup. And Wolf had actually came back on duty, and he helped me out.
So at this point, you see a black Crown Vic. Nothing unusual here.
I'm gonna check Union Square.
We hear you call for the check.
Yep. And then I noticed he had a wetsuit on through the windows. I believe this guy in the black Crown Vic has a wetsuit on. I'm gonna check.
Okay. So reasonable suspicion that he might be involved. He's got a wetsuit on.
Good evening, sir.
Hey man, how's it going?
Now, at this point, this is your first verbal interaction with this guy, correct?
That is correct.
When you spoke to him and he spoke back to you, who did you think you were talking to?
I was pretty sure it was Mark White.
Okay, pretty sure how?
I mean, he'd only said like 3 words, but I could recognize his voice easily.
Okay, can you describe...
Speculation.
I'm getting through this, Your Honor.
Overruled. I'll let the counselor continue.
Okay, so Mr. Burnside, you've talked to him. He's talked back. You think it's Mark White. Explain to me the previous experiences you've had with Mark White.
Okay. Well, about a month before this incident or so, Mark White had held a raffle for rolling doobies for 3 different vehicles. On the second day, there was 3 vehicles, and they did raffles on 3 separate days. On the second day, I entered the raffle, and I won a dark green Super B.
Okay, so you actually interacted with him personally when you won this vehicle.
That is correct. I had to get it from him and get the license and registration.
Okay. Your Honor, make it... I'd like to make a note of circumstance as well that Mark White does own Roland Doobies, and he is parked in front of Roland Doobies at the moment. So just a note of circumstance for the court.
How long ago did she take a shower?
30 minutes ago. Okay, we're going to continue on with the video here.
Pretty good. Can I have you step out of the vehicle real quick for me?
For what?
I've got reasonable suspicion that you were just in a foot chase with me.
Wait, what?
I was just in a foot chase with a man in a...
Okay, so, Your Honor, what you'll see here is he questions him a little bit and he takes off. The video and audio don't match up, quite right, but we can keep going here. I just want to make note of that.
Black. Get him! Get him! Get him!
We're going to skip this forward just a minute here.
Right there, I struggled a little bit to catch up, but we managed to catch up to him.
Be careful on the ramp.
Yep.
I'll go take care
Good
of
job.
this.
We ended up stopping him on the bridge. He crashed into the side, and then he threatened to jump off of the side of the bridge. An attorney.
I'm going to back this up just a minute so we can see the initial stop here.
Alright, I'll be here.
He's smoking weed.
All right, Your Honor, this is very important as well. As they come up on the bridge for the DWI, you can see that he's smoking marijuana as we come over the bridge, so I want to make that noticeable.
Black. Get him! Get him! Get him!
Okay, you seem to have rewound the video.
I did. I'm sorry. Just back it up just before he took off.
Okay.
Careful on the ramp.
Yep.
Want me to set up spikes?
Not on the fucking bridge.
Here's the marijuana smoke coming out.
He's smoking weed.
Okay.
It's just another charge.
I'm about to sideswipe him.
10-4. Right back.
He crashed into the bridge. Grab him before he jumps. And he got tased by Wolf because he was threatening to jump. And we had him restrained right there.
Okay, can you describe to me what he's wearing in this video right now?
He's got a black wetsuit on and a green flame backpack.
Same green flame black backpack that you saw in the initial foot chase, correct?
Earlier, yes.
Okay. Now, as you go through this arrest, when you guys got towed his vehicle...
Is there a reason you ran, sir?
Hang on a minute.
Don't you know what you guys are talking about?
Yeah, well, I've got you on footage here. So, you don't have to worry about that.
So, Your Honor, let's make note as well that this is one of the many times that Mr. White attempts to, or let me say the suspect attempts to deceive. He was literally just 5 seconds ago in a vehicle pursuit and crashed his vehicle, and now he doesn't have a clue what we're talking about. So we're going to go ahead if we can. Mr. Burnside has some other engagements that he has to go to. Everything from this point forward, there's nothing really relevant to the case until we get over to the actual detention facility, if that's okay if we can skip forward to that.
Where is Mr. Steele?
I'm here.
He's in the chair there.
See, I cannot see him.
He's lying down. The chair
Oh,
had some
okay.
thumbtacks in it.
I see.
Looked like he got hurt.
Understandable. I thought he had disappeared. All right, continue, Mr. Kinney. I apologize.
Okay, we're going to skip forward to when they get Mr. White. Just make note that they do call the city impound for this vehicle here. The city impound stated the registration on this vehicle came back to who, Mr. Burnside?
Mark White.
Okay, just want to make note of that. Okay, we're going to push forward until they're pulling into the detention center here.
Okay.
I just told him, I guess.
How's everybody doing in the stream? Everybody okay?
Why would you hop out of the vehicle while it's moving? At this point, Mark White is actually in the front of the cruiser because we're having some issues on the bridge. So.
Okay, so you're fairly close to him at this point.
That's correct. He does have a gas mask on at that point, though, I believe.
Okay, noted. Jimmy, what's up, bruh?
If you could come over here and pull him out of the vehicle for me.
Throw me that host, Jimmy.
Alright, I guess I could,
Okay, so just, Your Honor, make note of this again. Here's a better, clearer picture of the clothing that he's wearing.
Okay, noted.
do his...
Trust the DA.
Do you have an ID on you, sir? And he refuses to answer. We're gonna have to get you to place your fingers on that scanner there. And
okay.
Oh, I have to write up this thing. I don't want to do it.
What thing?
Pretty sure it's
when we strip something when he's able to talk again.
Okay.
Affidavit.
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 Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and escort him to the thing since he's not really complying. Not responding at all.
Jimmy, thanks for the host, bro.
So he said to place him on bond, 2,000 per minute, and fill out his form. I have no idea what he's on.
Per month, I believe it means.
Oh, so 2,000 per month.
$2,000 per month. Does he want us to...
So, Mr. Burnside, right now you're fixing to conduct a search of this suspect, correct? and this is incident to the arrest, correct?
Sorry, what was that one?
This search is incident to the arrest?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep him in the holding cell or what?
Well, I don't think he's even gonna come over.
Thanks, guys, for coming over. If you're coming over from Cotton Gamer, we're having a criminal trial right now for Mr. Mark White, so sit back and relax and listen in. Okay, Your Honor, I want to make note here. This is very, very important because later on in the video, Mr. White states that he doesn't have any pockets. Right now, Mr. White has a backpack on. Mr. Burnside, you've got an ID here in your hand in this video. Where'd you get that ID from?
One of the pockets in his bag.
One of the pockets in his bag. And you're sure of that?
Yes.
Okay, what's the ID say right there on the top?
Mark White.
Okay, we're going to continue.
Okay, I've got, gonna search you now, Mr. Wetsuit.
Alright, do you have his,
do you have anything sharp or other ways that might harm me on you? On your person? And then he doesn't answer, and so I go put some gloves on, and just gonna go put these gloves on since you don't strip search answer me. Excuse the language.
That's okay.
Like, hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yes.
Okay, at this point he says, hello, can you hear me? Do you still believe that you're talking to Mark White, or do you think it's somebody else?
I do believe it is Mark White.
And you believe that because you've ID'd him, you've heard him speak before, you've talked to him before, all of this, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, well, you know, I would have done my handprint thing, but I'm fucking handcuffed.
Right.
Like,
Alright.
Wait up! Don't do it! Don't do it yet.
I know.
They should probably just search him. So they should make sure he doesn't have a gun.
God damn it.
I don't have a gun.
This back and forth. Okay.
Ammo's too expensive.
Okay. Alright, well I'm gonna be strip searching you now.
I want to make note of another attempt to deceive here. We've identified that this is Mark White by his ID, by the vehicle from the city tow, and he says ammo's too expensive. It's common knowledge that Mark White is a very wealthy man from being the owner of Roland Doobies.
Do you have anything that might harm me on your person?
No.
Okay, Your Honor, make note here. We do not see any tattoos here. The defense is going to bring up the statement that there's no tattoos on Mr. White, blah, blah, blah. My defense to this, Your Honor, is that anybody can take concealer makeup and put it on their arms and do whatever, or cover their arms, or do anything to conceal a tattoo. Anybody, this trial from arrest to trial has been almost 2 weeks. Mr. White has had time, plenty of time, in between the multiple arrests to get new tattoos and have them healed. So just want to make note of that to the court as well. Also, I'd like to make note here that Mr. White is found with 2 marijuana on him, further affirming the DWI charge on the bridge where he was trying to smoke, or where he did smoke marijuana, indicated by the green smoke coming out of the side of his car. Was that a fart?
Wolf, can you grab your taser just in case he decides to, Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and restrain you now. If you could, please pick up your things. See, there is where you see, Mr. Wolf, over to the left side, and so his face when he's picking his things up.
Okay.
And, leave the radio on the ground for me.
For what?
Because I told you to.
Another instance of failing to obey an order from an LEO.
I mean, it isn't like I can use it when I'm restrained.
Okay, well, I'm be restraining you again. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put you in the holding cells until we get any information from the DA.
Isn't it $2,000 per month?
Yes, I'll be pulling up your charges, and I'll get that situated. I'm gonna try and contact somebody from Union Finance, see if we can get them to do something about your bail.
Union Finance for that.
I believe they deal with the bonds and bails and whatnot.
That's cops, not them.
From what I've heard, they do it, but I'll get that double checked.
Yeah, you have an ATM right there, right?
Right.
You also have.
Do you plan on making the court watch the entire?
Okay. Well,
No, we're getting to a couple more important parts, and then we'll be done with the video, Your Honor.
And
Did you get his phone?
no, I did not. Where's your phone at, mister?
I don't have a phone.
Okay.
Just make sure.
Your Honor, I just didn't want to skip any parts here, because it's very important.
Okay, so that's...
The form.
Don't know. It should tell you. Put Mark White, felony arrest or something like that.
Oh, that's the DA.
At that point, we're discussing how to fill out the report.
Yeah, no big deal there.
Sure, doesn't need food or water. Mr. White, do you need any food or water?
No.
Your Honor, make note that the officer said, "Mr. White, do you need any food or water?" And he answers without any hesitation. And then he says, "How do you know my name?" Did you hear that, Your Honor? Your Honor?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure you heard that. So one more part here. I'm going to skip through some of this stuff here. It's just jibber jabber.
Okay.
I'm just going to skip through here. He's already paid his bond at this point and is asked to be taken back to his vehicle for some
We're
reason.
going to go ahead and escort you to the cruiser.
Starting to scan his fingerprints.
Oh, yeah. If you could just, use I can't talk. Jesus.
Sir, can you scan your fingerprints over there, please?
I apologize about that.
Again, the officer says Mark and no objection.
Whatever. We know it's Mark White, so...
I don't know how you guys know it, man.
And again, he says, "I don't know how you guys knew it was me." And at this point, Your Honor, this is about all I need with the video. Is there anything else you'd like to point out, Mr. Burnside?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, so you've established that that's Mark White. That's the guy that was in the chase with you, crashed up the cars, fled from you by vehicle, fled from you on foot, fled from you by vehicle again, smoking marijuana while he was driving, disobeying orders from you, all of these things, obstruction of justice by trying to tell you a wrong name, and all of this stuff, resisting arrest for trying to jump off the bridge, all of this stuff. This is all correct to your knowledge?
Correct.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Okay, Mr. Steels, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes. Deputy Burnside, you say that you took the ID from that person from the video. Is that correct?
That's correct.
How do you know it's valid ID? Because I've seen a lot of people with fake IDs.
Yeah, that is correct. A lot of people do have fake IDs, but we have like a little scanner thing that we can check through the government.
That's correct.
And,
thank you,
yeah.
thank you. Scanner. Did you do the scanning of my of
I
that
brought ammo
person?
home.
No, we couldn't get him.
There's some chicken patties in there. You just gotta warm it up.
Yeah, I'm from training now.
What training and certification in identification of subjects do you have, Deputy Burnside?
Can you repeat the question?
What training and certification in identification of subjects do you have?
I'm not quite sure that I understand the question.
Thank you. What training and certification do you have in identifying fake IDs?
I mean, they look a little bit different, but otherwise we don't get trained much in identifying that.
Okay, thank you. The man that you patted down, did that man have tattoos?
I'd like to make note that if the if Mr. White's attorney is standing over here saying that Mr. White had a fake ID, we'd like to add that charge as well.
Was that an objection, Mr. Kenny?
It's a statement, Your Honor.
A statement where you'd like to add.
It's a statement.
Okay. And next time we say objection, Your Honor, let's keep that to objections. However, I will take your statement into consideration whenever your statement into consideration whenever I go over everything else. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Continue, Mr. Stevens.
Officer Burnside, the person that you patted down in the video, did that person have tattoos?
No, he did not, but as stated before...
Is this here Mr. Mark White?
That is Mr. Mark, yes.
Does this man have tattoos? Big ones on his
At the moment, yes. Recently, I've seen him with the tattoos, but...
Okay, thank you. Your Honor...
Can I finish my statement?
You answered. Thank you. Your Honor, we would like to bring also one more witness that will tell that...
Your Honor, we haven't established our case in chief yet.
I'll get you a chance, Mr. Steels, to present your witness.
Okay. So, you, Officer Burnside, you're not sure the ID that you found was fake or not. You didn't establish that.
I am extremely positive that it was his.
Okay,
and that it was
it goes back to my previous question. What training and certification in identification of subjects do you have?
When we go through the academy, they teach us how to check for IDs, but
okay,
it's not
the
extensive.
ID. And was the ID fake or not? How do you know?
It was not.
It was not.
That's correct.
How do you establish that?
How many times are you going to ask this
Officer
question?
Burnside, did you run a finger scan to establish
We
that
tried
that
to
person was
force him,
who
and he
is?
would not. He kept resisting, and he would not fingerprint scan.
So he doesn't resist stripping, but he resists in finger scan. How is that possible with two officers there?
Objection, relevance?
Don't know, but he did it.
It's very, Your Honor, it's very relevant because
I
police
understand,
department...
but you've asked this question in my mind at least 3 different times now. If you could continue to any more points you have, that would be great. I'm going to sustain the objection. Please continue.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Your Honor, brief redirect?
That's fine. Go ahead.
Deputy, I'm only going to ask you a few questions, and then you're free to go.
Okay.
When you checked his licenses, the first license that you encountered, was that in the name of Mark White?
That is correct.
Was the second license that you uncovered in the name of Mark White?
Yes.
The third license that you read in the name of Mark White?
Yes, all the licenses that I reacquired. I believe I checked them twice, actually. Once when he was in the holding cell, and once before I strip searched him. And then I came back to Mark White.
So every single piece of paper that the subject had on him was in the name Mark White?
Yes.
No further questions.
Your Honor, redirect. Your Honor, redirect.
No, Mr.
Recross.
I actually have a question real quick.
That's weird.
Unless anyone has an objection. The court does have a question for transparency. Any objections?
None from the DA's office.
It depends what the question is.
Okay, Deputy Burnside, there are, would you say, SOPs in the department where you were employed around identifying a suspect?
I do believe so. I don't remember them at the moment. But,
And you are an FTO?
that is correct.
Okay, do you ever in your job as an FTO teach SOPs around the subject of identifying suspects?
I have not taught all of the modules, but I believe it is somewhere in module 5, which is scene preservation, like detective work, basically. So I'm going to say this.
All right, I appreciate that.
Your Honor, a quick note.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. King.
I'd like to make note that there was never a fake ID even presented here in evidence to cross-reference, so the court would have to assume that the identification that was found 3 or 4 times on Mr. White would be true to what Mr. White has.
Okay, thank you, Mr. King. Mr. Steels, did you have something you wanted to?
Officer Burnside, is it hypothetically possible that all the licenses that you saw that are on Mark White, is it hypothetically possible?
Objection. Objection. Speculation.
Sustained.
Speculation and, in this case, foundation of knowledge. There's been no evidence presented suggesting that they're all fake.
Your Honor, the prosecution asked for licenses, and I'm asking about licenses.
Yes, and I would agree that's what you were doing, but please keep it to a manner where you are not guessing things that are not in evidence.
Okay. Officer Burnside, is it possible that those licenses were fake?
I mean, there was, if I recall correctly, there was...
Objection, Your Honor, asked and answered.
Please answer, Deputy.
There was, if I remember correctly, 50 to 20 licenses registered to market. I mean, the suspect would go miles out of his way to get that many licenses in Mark White's name.
Is it possible?
It is extremely possible, or not possible, sorry. Oh, excuse me. It is possible, but it is extremely unlikely.
Thank you. No further questions.
Thank you. Deputy Burnside, I appreciate you are free to leave.
Okay, thank you.
Mr.
Carl,
Ryan,
I want to talk to you some other time.
Okay.
Thanks, Carl.
does the prosecution have any more witnesses or evidence?
It's on you, Shane.
At this time, Your Honor, we have no further witnesses to call, and that concludes our case in chief.
Okay, Mr. As you had a witness?
The defense will call Heinrich Nielsen.
Mr. Nielsen, would you please approach the bench?
Mike Steels is getting whooped right now.
Bailiff, would you please go grab him? I think he might be in the hospital.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think? How do you guys think this is going? Oh yeah. Good call. Sorry, I don't have. Hopefully that'll help out a little bit. Too much going on. I'm focused. Sorry.
I do understand it's getting late. Does anyone in the prosecution or defense have to get back to their families relatively soon? I don't expect this to go another 15 minutes.
I can't speak for Mr. Steels, but from what I can see, the majority of what we plan to allocate for this was for our case. I don't know if Mr. Steels. I don't know how many questions he has.
I'm okay, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Steels, Mr. White, do either of you have to go
Oh,
back
we
to...
would like to continue.
Awesome, that works great. I have a couple more things to write down, and then when Mr. Angrick gets here, we will continue.
Andrew, I think it's going fairly well. I just got done questioning Carl Burnside. It was pretty intense there for a little while. We established what we wanted to establish. We haven't run into any snags that we weren't prepared for already. So, what do you guys think? How do you think it's going? Also, if you're over here from Cotton Gamer, thanks for coming by. Cotton Gamer, thanks for the host. It's 2 hosts, and in 1 week, so I really appreciate that. Please feel free to hit the follow button for me. I could appreciate it. I'm 4 away from 100, so I'd like to get there tonight. If not, that's okay. I appreciate you guys all watching and hanging out and all this stuff. So. Yeah, Wesley G, 1990. Court is based on facts, not
I do recommend
hypotheticals.
you do.
Your Honor, can we take a short recess while we're waiting on him?
Yeah, I'm not sure where he is, so I'll text him.
Yes, we will take a...
talking with the police sergeant about business right now. He waited outside for 8 hours and...
I sent him a text, so I'll see what he
We'll take a short 15-minute break.
Okay. Yeah, Zach, if you could have that police sergeant tell him he's needed in court, ordered by the judge, that'd be great. How'd I do?
Pretty
How
good.
much money would you give me to not tell Brandon?
You're used to hearing me on the stand, though, so it's no surprise to you.
Yeah, no surprises there.
James, what's up?
Beard is absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to refresh the stream real quick, guys. I'm gonna stop it and turn it right back on while we're in recess, so we can try to get it refreshed.